Hello everyone and welcome back to Xbox Nation. My name's Fletcher and today we're diving into some killer deals with discounts reaching up to 95% in this week's Xbox sale. We're covering everything from highly anticipated AAA titles to some pretty cool quirky indie titles. Get ready because your gaming backlog is about to grow after this video. Remember, we are doing a game giveaway every single week. Just drop a comment below letting us know what you're playing on Xbox or what you're excited to grab from this sale. After that, you'll be entered to win this in next week's video, and congratulations to last week's winner. Just drop me a message on Discord and I'll get that game right over to you. Now, with that out of the way, make sure you subscribe down below and let's dive into the deals for this week. Let's start with Samurai Showdown, which is now a jaw-dropping 85% off at £7.49, which is actually the lowest price for this game we've ever seen. This classic fighting game focuses on high-stakes strategic sword battles that really stand apart from the typical button mashers out there. Every single move will really count in this game, with gameplay that requires your patience, precision, and a keen sense of timing. Every single character also has a pretty unique fighting style, bringing their own unique techniques, strengths, and personalities to the arena. And just when you'll think you're down, the rage meter comes into play, allowing you to unleash a powerful move for a comeback moment that could turn the tide of battle. It really is perfect for both fighting game veterans and newcomers who really want to face a brand new challenge. Next is EA Sports College Football 25, and it's finally on sale, marking its first price drop since launch, and is now available for just £41.99. This game has been a long-awaited return for college football fans, and it does an amazing job capturing the unique spirit of the college game, from the incredible atmosphere of every single stadium to detailed crowd animations. This year's title introduces the brand new transfer portal and expanded dynasty mode, allowing you to build and manage your ideal team like never before. The realism gameplay with dynamic stadium lighting and lifelike player animations really make it feel like you're on the field. It's a great title and got praised at launch with so many high reviews, so if you're ready to build a legacy, now's the time to dive right in. Classified France 44 Overlord Edition is one game that goes heavily under the radar, but it's actually half price at the moment at just £24.99 and is an absolute steal for fans of strategy and World War II games. This turn-based tactical game has you leading the resistance fighters and allied soldiers through different missions across Nazi-occupied France. It really is all about that tactical positioning and stealth, so every single one of your moves really matters. The game has a pretty unique system though that lets you plan attacks and avoid detection while making tough choices that can impact your entire squad's survival. This Overlord Edition also includes all the extra missions and bonus content which you come to expect, making it a fantastic pick for strategy enthusiasts, especially if you love history and suspense. For those of you who want a different kind of RPG with a mythical twist, the Thermitage is on sale for the first time ever and is discounted down by a pretty nice 20%. This story-rich RPG puts you in the role of a Thermitage, a powerful magician in a world where dark forces influence the society. The game's unique blend of role-playing and supernatural mechanics actually make every single decision really impactful and meaningful. You'll be able to wield different powerful magical spells to summon mystical creatures called saluters, and they'll be able to aid you in turn-based combat. With a very deep storyline that actually intertwines personal and political struggles, the Thermitage brings a unique experience, and is perfect for those gamers who love when their choices really matter. This game was on Game Pass at launch, but sadly a few months ago did actually get taken off the service, and that's Atomic Heart. The Atomic Heart Premium Edition though is now down to 60% and is now available at just £37.99, and for all of that extra content and the game itself is well worth picking up at this price point. This is the highly original sci-fi shooter that takes you into an alternative Soviet Union filled with rogue robots and incredibly strange creatures. You'll be playing as a KGB officer and you'll uncover mysteries in a world that's part futuristic but part horror. It's very reminiscent to games like BioShock, so definitely be expecting that if you dive into it. The Premium Edition also includes all of the available DLC up until this point and extra story content, really letting you dive even deeper into this twisted world. Combat is of course fast and frantic with a mix of firearms, melee weapons, and even powers like telekinesis. This is one of the strongest points of the game, and I highly recommend you pick it up if you're a fan of shooters. If you're up for something unique and just packed with action, definitely don't miss this discount. Aliens Fireteam Elite Ultimate Edition is actually 60% off this week, so if you're a fan of survival shooters and the Alien franchise, this game delivers relentless action with waves of xenomorphs coming at you from every single direction. You can of course play this game either solo or you can team up with your friends in 3-player co-op, making every single mission a strategic fight for your survival. This Ultimate Edition includes all of the extra DLC content, so you can expect additional skins, missions, and weapons, which makes it, to be honest, the most complete experience for this game. This this one's an excellent deal, especially if you're looking for a high-stakes sci-fi shooter to play with your friends. I actually wanted to mention a 360 game which is on sale in this list at the moment because I've been diving back into it recently myself, and for the low price point it's definitely worth diving into, especially if you haven't played it already. Next, we've got Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier, and it's slashed down to just £2.24, and that's less than the price of a coffee. This tactical shooter may be a bit older these days, but it really does still hold up, focusing on squad-based strategy and advanced military tech. You here are a part of an elite ghost team with gadgets like invisibility cloaks and drone support, which add a ton of depth to the gameplay. It has a real emphasis on teamwork and planning, and this game lets you tackle missions across diverse environments from urban areas to remote war zones. As I said, it is an absolute steal at this price point, especially if you're a fan of tactical shooters and want something very unique for a great price point. Another game that was on Game Pass a couple of years ago now, especially at launch, which is well worth diving into now at a low price point, is The Ascent, and it's actually a huge 70% off for the very first time. This cyberpunk RPG shooter has you exploring a gritty neon-filled landscape after the collapse of the Ascent Group megacorporation. You will play as an indentured worker turned mercenary, battling enemies in top-down shooter style with both single-player and co-op shooter campaigns. The game has an engaging mix of different stories and action, with an array of weapons and character upgrades. The detailed environments and the cyberpunk aesthetic honestly do make it a visual treat for anyone playing on the Xbox Series X and S consoles, and the combat is very fast-paced and satisfying. If you're into immersive worlds and twin-stick shooters, The Ascent is a fantastic choice, and from personal experience, it's well worth diving into, especially if you didn't have a chance when it was on Game Pass. For the racing fans out there, I had to include this next game. WRC 10 FIA World Rally Championship is now down to just under 10 quid, marking it at an 80% discount and the lowest price we've seen for this game ever before. This is honestly one of the most realistic rally racing experiences out there, with official teams, cars and stages from across the world. In addition to the current WRC season, the game also includes some pretty cool historic rallies to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the championship. As to be expected, the physics and weather effects are very impressive and really make every race a true test of your own driving skill. So if you're a fan of rally games, this one's a must-buy at its lowest price ever. With the holiday season coming up and you're looking for something a bit more light-hearted and a bit of a party game to play with your family or friends, then Oddballers is now 75% off, bringing it down to just under £5. This unique party game is all about dodgeball, but actually with a pretty cool, hilarious twist. Instead of just balls, you'll be throwing anything you can pick up, from tires to chickens and so much more. The game has a really cool quirky art style and chaotic multiplayer, and it makes it a blast with friends either online or in local co-op. It has tons of different arenas and tons of mini games, and to be honest, Oddballers is such a fun pick for anyone adding a bit of laughter to their game nights. I did review this game previously in the past to see what Ubisoft actually brought to the table, so if you're curious about seeing what this game is like before picking up, then I've left the card on screen for you now, and you can also check out my link to the review in the comments section below. Now, The Good Life is down to £13.39, which is actually the lowest price we've seen since its launch. This is a quirky adventure game by Deadly Premonition creator Swery65, and takes you to a small English town where people mysteriously turn into animals at night. You will then play as a journalist, actually trying to uncover the town's secrets and see why this is the case. It really is part life sim, part mystery, but with an offbeat charm that's hard to find in any other games. From taking photos to solving mysteries to completing side jobs, it really is a unique experience and offers a nice change of pace to the traditional action games. So if you're into weird and wonderful stories, The Good Life might be for you. Bright Memory is now down to an incredibly low £4.34, marking its lowest price on the Xbox Store ever since launch. This fast-paced shooter combines first-person gunplay with melee combat in a sci-fi world that's both stunning and intense. You will play as an agent exploring ancient ruins, using both futuristic weapons and martial arts to battle supernatural enemies. What really sets Bright Memory apart though is its fluid combat system, which you can seamlessly switch from shooting to using a sword, or even telekinetic-like abilities to juggle enemies in the air. It is developed by a solo indie creator, so it's short but a very packed experience, and honestly is perfect for action fans who want a unique blend of gameplay styles at an unbeatable price point. Sticking in the same vein, and if you're craving more of that Bright Memory universe, then Bright Memory Infinite Platinum Edition is also available at 30% off, and it's just £11.71. This is actually an expanded version that builds on the original, but with a brand new deeper story, larger environments, and even more fluid combat mechanics. It has, as you come to expect, upgraded visuals, brand new enemies, and a refined skill tree, and Infinite takes everything that fans loved about the original game, but really amps it up to 11. You'll of course do the same thing by navigating beautiful beautiful open landscapes filled with tons of mythical creatures and advanced tech, honestly making it a visual and gameplay treat, and there's a reason why Xbox showed it off before they released the Xbox Series X and S. It really is a solid buy for those looking for an intense and cinematic FPS experience, which doesn't last too long and it's only about a 10-hour experience. For fans of the absurdity amongst us, Deer Simulator, your average everyday deer game, is now 40% off, and to be honest, it's pretty much offering one of the weirdest gaming experiences you can find on the market. You will play as a deer, but this isn't your usual peaceful forest adventure. Instead, you'll be roaming around a city, causing chaos with your stretchy neck, powerful antlers, and various deer abilities that really just defy all logic. From punching cows and launching them in the air to taking on giant animals, every moment is packed with over-the-top fun that's perfect for fans of sandbox chaos. If you're into games like Goat Simulator, then you kinda know what to expect when diving into this entry. It really is an unforgettably wacky title for anyone looking for a break from the norm and just laugh at the ridiculousness of it all. I have to say, this game is also very good if you want to get the 1000 gamer score, so if you're an achievement hunter, definitely pick it up at this low price point. And finally, Death Stranding Director's Cut is 50% off at just £17.49. Actually, it's the first time we've seen this game on Xbox ever, and they're giving us a massive discount since launching onto the platform. This unique title from Hideo Kojima puts players in the role of Sam Porter Bridges, a delivery man in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity is isolated and mysterious creatures called BTs roam the landscape. With the Director's Cut, players will get new missions, extra delivery tools, enhanced graphics, and gameplay tweaks that improve the overall experience. This edition also adds a racing mode and fresh combat mechanics, which gives Death Stranding even more depth. So if you're curious about this unique blend of exploration, action, and existential storytelling, now's the perfect time to check it out. It's great to see this game end its exclusivity with PlayStation, and I can't wait for many of you Xbox players to try it out for the very first time. So that's all for this week's epic Xbox deals. Don't forget to comment below to enter our game giveaway and let me know which game you'll be picking up. Hit that like button and subscribe, and also hit that bell to stay up to date with more sales, giveaways, and Xbox news every single day. I expect we'll hear more about Xbox Black Friday deals very soon, so also stay tuned for that video when it drops. Whilst here, why don't you check out our most recent video as we covered the 13 brand new Xbox and Game Pass games that are releasing this week, and we dive into them to see if they're worth your time and money.